Vance's first time. What's up, buddy? You did it. You finally did it. All that hard work's paying off. Oh, sorry, Marlon. I see third. See third, sir. What's up, guys? How we doing? Rough day today, huh? Not fun. Not on my list of favorite times, but we're gonna be all right. Survive. Oh boy, here come the Eagles fans. Listen. Eagles fans, I wouldn't be so cocky if I were you guys. You guys barely pulled that out by the skin of your teeth. You needed like three Chiefs drops to win that game. They they dominated you guys most of that game, and you guys snuck by at the end. Your offense looks like trash. I'm sorry. Your offense looks like hot garbage. But yeah, exactly. The Eagles did not win that game. The Chiefs lost it. That's what happened. So I'm sorry for you guys to tell you that. Now, you guys needed that win because now you guys pretty much will lock up the one seed. So yeah, that was bad. Oh, Tony, we are not as bad as that Chiefs game. That Chiefs team, what I just saw, we are way better than that team. So yeah, that listen, I can think of like three times the Chiefs won that game and threw it away. So well, Kelsey is he's not what he used to be. Mahomes' biggest problem right now is he has no receivers that are reliable. Not even Kelsey. Kelsey's lost a step. And Rosie, you guys are the best record. I wouldn't say you're the best team. Uh, I've seen the Eagles now pull off at least three games they should have lost this year. It's they are the luckiest team I've seen in a long time. This is not, you guys are not as good as last year. Last year, you guys dominated teams. This year, you guys are barely beating teams that you should be beating handily, especially with as bad as the Chiefs' offense was tonight. But, anyways, we don't need to talk anymore about that. I'm late, guys. I wanted to be on today, but there's so much going on in my life. And then tonight's game, it's like Chiefs Eagles. My kids went to bed super late, so I was already up late, and I was like, I'm just gonna finish this game. I'm glad I did. It was worth it. I think it was still fun to watch. I don't have any skin in the game. I obviously it's better for my team if the Chiefs won that game, but I don't pull for the Chiefs or Eagles. I just wanted a good game. But yeah, so we got Niners play the Eagles in 2 weeks. So that's when we'll really see who the better team is. But consistent luck is skill. Tell that to last year's Vikings, Rosie. Last year's Vikings were like 12-4 and made it to the playoffs and then lost to the Giants in the playoffs. Consistent luck is not skill in a small time league. Your guys' offense is bad. I'm sorry, it just is. Well, not bad, but it's very middle of the road. Your offensive coordinator is not very good, and so that's going to cost you guys when it matters most. I'm just telling you. Just telling you right now. I don't think you have to worry about anybody in the NFC except the Niners. That's the only team in the NFC you have to worry about. But if you guys make the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are not going to lose to you again. Not like there was too much weird stuff in this game. They're just better coached than you guys. Their defense is better. Mahomes is better than Hurts, a lot better. And I think you guys would also lose to the Ravens for sure. But my friend is doing better. Thank you guys. That was scary. She had her miscarriage yesterday and just bled and bled and bled. And anyways, I can't even imagine what her husband felt like. He rushed her to the hospital. We had their kids. He said that in the car when he was pulling her out, she fainted and he had to carry her in because she'd lost so much blood. It's terrifying stuff, terrifying stuff. But turns out she's okay. She just needed to rest and get sutured up or whatever, so she didn't bleed anymore. She didn't even need extra blood, which is good. And then I guess kept her overnight too. So, but she's good now. The just prayers for them as they grieve. They really wanted this baby, so they have 3 boys, and this was going to be their little girl, I think. So, anyways, really sad. But anyways, uh, never, you don't want that for anybody. It's terrible stuff. So, but I thank you guys for responding to my post yesterday. I am sorry to the members. You guys got screwed out of a live, and so I will be making that up to you soon. But yeah, but anyways, but I grateful to everybody who responded, and all your prayers, they definitely were answered. So thank you guys for that. Anyways, let's go over today. I'm not going to be on long tonight. I think this will probably be about a half hour live because it is super late, and then tomorrow I'll be back in full force. You'll get the full live experience. We'll be back at it. I'll have all my charts and everything back up. But I just wanted to jump on tonight to talk to you guys, answer any questions, and just go over some of the news. Unfortunately, I didn't set myself up so I can show you guys a screen. So you guys are just going to have to listen to me. All these people blowing up my timeline with freaking Eagles stuff. I don't care. I'm not scared of that team I just watched tonight. They're not scary. Anyways, I wanted to pull up the news about Fidelity because this is crazy. It's absolutely crazy that their CEO just jumped down out of nowhere. I mean, hey, what's up, Richard? What's up with that? Like, and amidst what we're all going on, that's crazy. It says she's staying on as vice chair, but they don't have a successor or anything. A company without a CEO is a company without vision. Why do you step down as being CEO? Why? I mean, we haven't heard anything bad with going on with Fidelity. We know the corruption, all the broker stuff, but with the dividend and everything, but there's no news about Fidelity struggling, nothing. So why do you step down? You step down because you know something's coming. That's why you step down. And I think something's on the horizon here, and she doesn't want to get blamed for it. And there's been a lot of CEO turnover lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it's all over the place. And just very interesting. Very interesting. I'm taking it as bullish for us. So Fidelity short GTI. Yeah. Let me catch up with you guys real quick here. Real life first, member live night. Yeah. Thanks, Spencer. Dips, don't feel bad about the live. Yeah. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. What happened with the lawsuit on GTI? We still have not gotten a public explanation for that. So I imagine that GTI is putting together whatever aftermath they have to, and going over the lawyers, what they can say and they can't say, and how to explain it. And then we'll get a PR hopefully this week. We should heard something this week. We all know about it. I mean, it's news. Dave, I'm sorry, man, about the ads. I can't control when they come on. Spencer, dodging that incoming storm from all over the shorts covering next month. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, how interesting was it that today we got attacked so bad? That's just came out of nowhere. Our volume's been low for a while, and today our volume was only almost 1.2 million, down 50 cents. That's crazy. I just don't know where that came from. GTI is just doing what it's been doing, basically barcoding low volume in GTI again. So GTI didn't switch up, but Finger just got mobbed today. That's crazy. I don't understand where that came from. CJ Yukon says, Williams says drop today was caused by institutions not being able to carry a stock less than $5 and they liquidate the position. Are you saying that they all had Finger stock and they liquidated it? Maybe. I mean, listen, William would know more than me about that. I do think that sounds kind of suspicious, because I would think they have a lot more than 1.1 in volume. And also on top of that, let me pull this up here. I actually didn't see this today. I wasn't paying attention. So Finger was still marked 49% short today. So that means 49% of that 1.1 million is short. And so in order to get it down 50 cents, that would have to mean like a lot of that, maybe 250,000 more was sold. But that's not like, if these big institutions have big holds in it, they're going to have a lot more than 250,000. So Mark, Univest took 10 months to squeeze Huddy and TOP. It took 5 months. We're only 2 months into Univest and Finger thoughts. My thoughts are that it's Univest. I don't think Univest's gone anywhere. I think they know what they hold. I think they're very brilliant people. That you have to be so if you're running a $160 billion investment fund. And I think they'll pull the trigger when they're ready. They are waiting for something. I don't know what it is. Only they know. So I don't think they've left anywhere. Ocean Sailing says amazing day today with lawsuits, Elon versus Media Matters, Trump versus 20 news outlets, packs down to Texas. I agree with you. As far as my political side of things, it's a great day. I cannot wait to see Media Matters absolutely destroyed. I've known for 15 years they're pure evil, but this is good that it's finally out there. Isn't it cool they can't get GTI under 50 cents? So far, it's been cool. I hope it doesn't go, but then, none of us are going anywhere. So it'll just be a buying opportunity. The last two times GTI got in the 40s was last summer. And then we ran up to 9, pretty much up straight over 2.5 months. And then the other time was last December when we went down to 43 and we ran up to almost, we hit 298 in January. So the 40s does seem to be a point of big accumulation for GTI people. Al, you've used GTI Fidelity for many years. I believe they'll do what they need to in order to bolster the reputation between clients. Oh, sure. Every place will do that. Rosie Ham was saying his friends are having trouble getting their orders filled and the shorts are trading around their buyers. Interesting. I processed a couple orders today myself, and it took forever for them to process. It took forever. Like I made a couple orders when it was at 410, and it sat at 410 for 45 minutes and the price didn't move, and my order didn't fill for 30 minutes. It was crazy. So Thomas, today Fidelity took your GTI total cost and took it under 15K. They also lowered my buy-in average from 124 to 124 from 129. As it appears my dividend shares are fake and actually took my money and put what? That's crazy. How's that even possible? William said something about OPE Friday bleeding into today. Options expiration bleeding into today? Really? Interesting. I guess that's possible. Yeah. What's up, KYP? I with all the news out and things trending, the fact that we opened today, Monday, with markets like deep green, it's just like, how long are they going to keep this up? I'm fascinated to see how long they can make this happen. Rosie says it makes sense Univest would drag this out as long as they can and maximize their shares if this is going to be GameStop. That's a good point. I like that. Steve Petchke, exciting times. We're in the midst of something very huge, in my opinion. I love it, Steve. I completely agree with you. Guys, I don't know if I've just entered a new place of Zen or what, but even seeing Finger down 50 cents today, I was like completely unfazed emotionally. It just doesn't do anything to me anymore. I worry about people who freak out. I worry about people who like really need the money right now. That obviously is a concern to me, and I don't want anybody to make poor decisions because they get scared. But the fact that I just notice in my own emotions, like how different it is for me now after being here a year, it's wild. Thomas, I have screenshots from Friday before dividends when Fidelity combined bought shares of Divvy. Monday following, they split Divvy from my purchase shares, wiped buy-in average total cost. That's crazy. Nothing's happened with my dividend, so that's interesting. Did you guys call in or put some pressure on them, and so maybe they're fooling around with it to get you off their back? Husker, they definitely want to keep people's emotions all over the place. Yes, it's a psyop. Not Ann Richards left Fidelity International. Abigail Johnson's the real CEO. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Not. Thank you for breaking that down. So is that just a nothing burger? I didn't understand there was a difference between Fidelity International and I guess it's Fidelity Investments. Is Fidelity International more of the blanket company? Interesting. Okay. That shows you that I did not do enough DD on that. So, but thank you, Richard. I know you got my back. Mark got more at 403 today. That's a nice price there, especially because it's up to 405 and after hours. What's up, T. Alex? Spencer, you're at the point now where you get excited, dips to a little more. There you go. Beautiful. Mark got your average down to 444. Awesome. Nvidia earnings tomorrow will be interesting, likely drive guide the market. Yeah, it will. The I mean, Nvidia hit an all-time high today, so they're always excited about that. Obviously, people are very bullish. Um, the This stock run we're on the last 3 weeks is just wild. It's coming up from nothing. It really is coming from nothing. Earnings season was not great. Some companies did well, but most companies did not. It's not being driven by news. There's something else going on. So yeah, I mean, some of it's speculation. There's excitement that the Fed's going to cut rates when they've given no inclination of that at all, that they're going to cut rates in the spring, but the market's betting on that. So that has a little bit to do with it, but the rest of it is just pure fraud. It's insanity right now. Thomas, you have screenshots of everything. Not kidding. Fidelity actually took your money, applied to the 402 dividend shares. That's crazy, Thomas. Dude, it's so nuts. Yeah, Rum Dog, my Fidelity shares haven't done anything. Ocean Sailing, you watched The Big Short? Is that your first time? Welcome. Welcome to the club then, of those of us who've watched The Big Short. And yeah, it's that movie. I think by the time it's all over, it'll be one of the most influential movies of all time because of all this, because a lot of us have learned so much from it. Um, and the fact is, like, and I go back to this all the time, I grew up really into movies. I know all the stories, I know how it works, I know how they change stuff. This is the most accurate, well, not the most, but one of the most accurate retellings of a true story ever filmed. It really is. Not saying the way they all act and talk is accurate, but the facts of the story are very accurate. And the book reads just like the movie, honestly. Um, and so I know it's true. I mean, I've researched it, and just the fact that that story got out there, and we're looking at something very similar now. The inspiration from that movie, that we could actually win like that by betting against a corrupt market, is massive. And I think that's why it's one of the most important movies you need to watch. Anybody, and go back to it if it's been a while, because because it's a 2 hour movie, so it's fast, right? But it tries to communicate it, but 2 hours can never make you feel how long it really was. Those guys placed their bets, most of them, in 2005, and they did not get paid out until 2008, 2009. So that's 3.5 years for some of those guys, almost 4 years. It was a long fight, and think of the pressure they were under, especially Burry at that fund. Um, just having to keep paying the premiums, everything, to hold their short. It was a lot. It was insane. But they had the conviction because they had the data, and everybody told them they're crazy. How similar does that seem to us, right? We're in this, we've invested, we have up and down days. We're constantly asking, how are they doing this? I mean, it's crazy. And everybody else on the outside thinks we're crazy. It's very similar in a lot of ways. And just like them, though, we're gonna win. So when will GTI bleeding stop? I don't know, dogs. I wish I knew. Vince, absolutely the worst case, very worst. We have to wait for DJT to get in and ban short selling, unless he's already seen it. Yeah, right. Well, listen, I tend to agree with you, Vince. I don't think they can kill these companies. I don't. I think that the government, the federal government, is way too busy dealing with all the other craziness going on right now, whether it's the wars or them trying to indict Trump. Wherever they're putting their energy, they're not looking to screw us over. They don't care. They think the markets are taking care of themselves. And I agree with you. If we go through this and it comes to next year and we're still in it, then you know if Trump wins the election, which I believe he will, running away, I don't think there's enough fraud to stop him. Not with the numbers we're seeing. 18 to 34-year-olds now favor Trump by 4 points. Think about that. That is unheard of. They've never favored a Republican in my life. And MSNBC reported that, just so you know. It's crazy, but he'll put Patrick Byrne in, and Patrick Byrne said he'll ban short selling. So you're right. That's exactly right. And we'd win basically the next day if that happened. Abbott said finger could see 250. Well, here's the thing with the chart guys. They're predicting numbers based on patterns, and sometimes they're right and sometimes they're way wrong. And in manipulated stocks, they tend to be wrong more than right. But I will say that Arca calls it a bottoms a lot. He doesn't call highs as much, but I respect those guys. I just respectfully disagree with um, their way of trying to plan out these stocks a lot of times. Spencer, Big Short's great. First time watched it, didn't understand it. Rewatched a few months back, was crazy. Understand? See, you've been upgraded after being in this fight, man. See, that tells you this hasn't been a waste of time. You're learning so much. Rum Dog, love the way they filmed The Big Short. It's a beautiful movie. It's really brilliant. T. Alex, what's the real not legal advice? Was it the real not legal advice on William's space today? William sounded dejected. Yeah, William, these hard days are hard on William, and William is an emotional guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't let him having a bad day or feeling tired and dejected, don't let that impact you, okay? We have to stay data driven here. We have to keep our eyes on the prize. Saber just joined to accumulate finger all the way down on the way back up. Look at the anxiety as our maintenance fees. There you go. William had a bad phone call. Big JR, Fidelity International's Asia, Canada. Okay. Interesting. All right. We'll be watching for that. I haven't seen John Stewart's recent take on the stock market, but I know he's against the corruption. What's up, Ice? Rum Dog, someone needs to talk to William. Listen, everybody's talked to William about that, man. We love him. But he's just going to keep doing what he does. What's up, Grizz? Key, administration's hand-to-hand naked shorts. Everyone gets a piece, including validated. I don't think they are, honestly, Key. I know why you say that, and maybe you're right. I personally don't think they are. I think they just have their lackeys here and here, and they get paid by Wall Street, and Wall Street's just like, turn your eye, don't look at what we're doing. And that's what they do. But I don't think they're getting directly paid by the naked shorts or anything like that. Thank you, KYP. She says, smash the like. I appreciate it, guys. If I could get the likes up. Thank you. Mark, my wife is pulling into this finger movement this morning when it's down 10%. She got excited. Wow. There you go. My wife reminded me, when others are fearful, be greedy. When others are greedy, be fearful. I love it. That's awesome, Mark. You've indoctrinated her. Listen, today was a hard day. These are hard days. And it's okay to admit that it sucked. We all want it to be red. None of us like seeing 4 get pushed on the bottom of 4 to break 4 and go lower. Nobody wants to see that. It's not fun. GTI's barely budged in 2 weeks. It's been like 55 to 52 back and forth. It's annoying. It's annoying and it's disheartening, and Thanksgiving's here this week and Christmas is coming, and everybody wants to be able to blow it out so they can have a great holidays and be with their. I get it. Totally. I get it. This is not the time of year you want to be in a fight like this. It's not. And that's okay. That's totally okay. But we are in it, and we chose this fight, or it chose us, some of us, but by buying in this and for the reasons we're in it, we chose to get involved, and now we're in something bigger than us. And so we have to keep eyes on the prize. We have to keep looking at what's actually happening, what the news is telling us, what the data is telling us. We have to keep looking at those things. We have to keep looking at the people who believe in it the most and have been here the longest. What are they doing? Whether it's Ham or William or Big JR, all these guys who have been fighting for a long time and aren't going anywhere. What are they doing? It's like, that's where you're going to have to find strength. And listen, I'm not going anywhere. And I had a long weekend, a long weekend. It was mostly good, but it was long until last night, which was hard. But this is a long week with Thanksgiving and family and all that, and I love it, and I don't want to be having dark red days on those during this time. It sucks, but it's my fight, and I know that this is going to be a winner. I believe that to the depths of my core, and I believe it because you can't. I just don't see how we can be wrong. I study this every single day. That's hard. I go back over it and I'm like, what are we missing? And when I realize we're not missing anything, it's just the market being stupid. I go, okay, it's out of my control, you know? And to me, worst case scenario is, I lose some money, but I'm not going to lose all my money because neither of these companies are going to zero. And that would be the worst case scenario is if some horrible ruin story come out of somewhere and they totally screw us over, which I don't see happening. And when I say I don't see that happening, is it impossible? No, but I think the odds of it are so low. It's basically a guarantee it won't happen. And so what do? We hold on and we fight and we keep going until it pops. And when it pops, even if it's, and this, I'm not predicting this, guys, but say it goes another year and a half, 2 years, and we're here and we're like, this sucks. But over those 2.5 years, you were able to accumulate another 30,000 shares, and it finally runs, and you're like, all of a sudden you made, $25 million, $50 million. You're gonna be like, oh, that was worth it. So that's how I look at these things, and you just got to hang in there. And if you can't do it, if it's ruining your life, then get out. Honestly, it's money, as good as it will be, as great as it'll be for everybody. It's not worth ruining your mental health or your relationships, anything like that. Not the kind of things that matter more. It's not. And so take care of yourself first. Mark says, we've done all the homework, due diligence, research. The story has not changed. Exactly. Rum Dog, it feels like Congress is fundraising with the naked shorts, so they don't want the party. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but JR wants to go somewhere with a beach. Me and you both, buddy. Zach, John Stewart was talking about Citadel, dark pools, how corrupted the stock market. Yeah, I did see him do that a while back. Mark got lucky with his wife, met her late in life. She's your angel from heaven. She brought me your first child at age 47. Wow. Now you have a 5-year-old daughter. God's bless. It's good for you, Mark. Congratulations. Grizz, I'll be awesome. I'll be honest, it's hard to watch William. Sorry, man. He's got a lot of emotions. And Saber, you want to go north, snowy winters and skiing. There you go. Not for me. I like visiting, but I don't want to stay there. Rosie, how do I think Taiwan being invaded and potential U.S.-China conflict would affect Finger? I don't know. I mean, Finger's still a company. It would have to get really, really bad for us to cut off economic ties with China. So I just don't see that happening. I see them making a big stink of stuff, but not actually doing it. Just because we depend on them so much, especially not this administration. And I also don't see a war with China. I just don't. We all depend on each other too much. But yeah, if that all went down, well, we just have to wait and see what happens. Ocean on the East Coast, you have to sleep. Good night. Thanks, Ocean. XRQ, anyone know in TDA to see breakout of GTA stock shares and dividend? I see a total number of shares. Know how many? I don't XRQ. It should just be in your positions. It should be split off. ESK with TDA. Oh, you have to do a customer service chat. So there you go. You're gonna pump Tesla. Ham's very tough. I don't know how he does it either, but good. God bless him. He inspires me every day. How low will Finger go? I'm not the right person to ask that, MM. I have no idea. I don't even know how they got this low, and it's taken them obviously a lot of ammo to get it this low, a long time, a long fight. So who knows? I don't know. You think Univest wait for $3? Maybe we need to get to 3 trucks to get figures. Oh God, I hope not. That would I mean, not that I'm against the trucks, but 3 trucks all at once, that would cost a lot of money. The $3 finger price though is interesting. Who knows if Univest though wanted it to just go low to pop it, I think they would have done it before. They would have let it go down lower, I should say, and everybody else might have well too. But what I was going to say is that Ham put out a tweet today that GDC, it looks like there might be a push to get GDC back up. So who knows? They ran that back in May 1st. It ran up to $44 from $3 or something like that. So that'd be interesting to see if that gets another run. Can we squeeze before 2024? Absolutely. I mean, all right, you guys. The thing is we don't know a timeline. We are at the point where things are so broken. The foundation of everything is so broken that we could wake up tomorrow and it's going. That's where we're at. It's so bad right now. But they also, we don't know when they're going to run out of their reserves to keep everything going. We just don't. We don't know all the behind the scenes stuff. What we do know is that the economy is in a shambles and it's getting worse by the day. What we do know is that our shorts are in trouble. What we do know is that the brokers are in trouble. We know that banks are in trouble. We know all of this, and yet it keeps going up. The stock market keeps going up. We keep going down. None of it makes sense. But what we know is real. It's not fake. None of us are making these things up. We've seen the numbers, the data's out there. And honestly, a lot of that data might even be worse than what we see because sometimes they fudge those numbers. So we're at that point where we don't know. Will it be another 3 months? I don't know. Will it be 6 months? I don't know. I have a theory. Now, this doesn't relate to the squeeze, unless it takes this to make a squeeze. So like I said, I still stay, the squeeze could happen any day, or it could be a while. We just don't know. But what I do believe is that they're going to really try to keep the economy propped up through the holidays. I do believe that. And maybe, I just, if they get it through the holidays, I think spring is going to be D-Day for our markets and economy. Because I know how it works, and they're going to use all the retail sales and all that and the temp hiring. If it really happens, like I showed you guys, the other thing, it's down, but if it happens, they're going to use all that to prop up the economy and say like, oh, we're fine. Sales were a little down this year, but they're still stronger than 2020 or 2017, and they'll use all that to keep it up, and then they'll keep using the Fed. It's projected the Fed will cut rates in March, and so everything's going to be fine. And that's what they're going to use to keep the markets up. We'll see how it works, but I know they're going to try. Drive the truck inside the SEC. I like that. Abbott put out a video on GDC. Oh, I might have to check this out. Check that out. Darren, more people are starting to comment about watching William. It's a choice. Yeah, don't complain. Who cares? William's a great guy. I watch him when he's talking to Ham now, and then sometimes I tune in on the other stuff. And honestly, other than that, I'm trying to listen to more market stuff right now. I really want to understand the markets because as much as I love William, when he talks about a lot of stuff I've already heard. So whether he's talking about how we got here or I love the guy. I like hanging out with him. I love talking to him, but he's on so long. Sometimes he's just saying the same things I've heard. But he doesn't, it never bothers me when he's upset because I'm not gonna let somebody else's emotions dictate mine. Am I freezing up? Oh no. Thanks, Zach. BBBYQ will crash the market, then listen, all right, you guys, I disagree with you, but I hope you're right. If BBBYQ goes first, I'll be celebrating with you. Saber, if we don't get surprise pop, I'm eyeing earnings in January combined with end of tax loss harvesting. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Saber. Because earnings will be positive in January, so that'll be really good. So KYP agrees. So you guys both like BBBYQ a lot, huh? Carrie, too many IPAs. Have a good night, man. Yeah, don't forget to like. Thanks, guys. All right, I told you guys I was going to keep it short tonight. So if anybody has any last stuff, now's your chance to get it in. I can't go much longer. I got work tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll do a full-on live. I'll be back for an hour and a half, 2 hours like usual. But this was just quick. So I wanted to just pop on, tell you guys I'm fine and my neighbor's fine. And I, love you guys. I've been away for a couple days, but and also that today sucked, and so I wanted to make myself known, just and seeing what my thoughts were and why I'm not worried, all that. So Husker wants some inspiration in Matthew Perry's book. Huh. I'll have to check that out, Husker. Thanks. Last stuff, go Eagles. I'm happy for you, Rosie. I truly am. In 2 weeks, that's when you and I are going to butt heads. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Al. Have a good night. Rum, how's the market so green today except where it needed to be? Are the treasury markets doing bad soon? I don't know. Treasuries recovered today, I believe. So there's just none of it makes sense. And so I'm gonna be paying close attention tomorrow. I should have some more time back in my hands tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do some research and try to see what I can find on that, because it just doesn't make sense to me today why we were so green. It doesn't. There was a lot of craziness leading up to the end of last week. Last week, you guys remember, the stock market really cooled down again. And for us to come out the gate like that today, I was very surprised by it. I wasn't expecting like a deep red day, but I didn't think it'd be like 200 points up on the Dow. How do you squeeze a short sale made by mismarking tickets to show a long sale? How do you squeeze a short sale by mismarking tickets? I'm sorry, optics. I don't know what you mean by that. Marber, looks like fingers getting ready to bounce off the 200 day. Just my opinion, looks like a falling wedge. Huh. Do you mean going down? Jeff, Jay Ingram, 1 minute video. Gary G has a couple of weeks to clean things up. Latest rumor, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, Jay Ingram's an interesting dude. He just makes these very random videos. I don't know what to think about him. I don't know if he knows stuff or if he's just kind of all over the place. So I'll look at his video. I've watched a couple others. I'll tell you, he's had some really interesting theories and thoughts before, but I don't know. I have no way to confirm if they're true or not. So yeah, I don't know what to think about Jay Ingram. Oh, you're good, Roger. Falling wedge bullish. Okay, great. See, Marv, I'm not a chart guy, in case you didn't know that. So, but anyways, guys, on that note, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna get some rest. But yeah, Jay Ingram's the guy who talks to the cats. He's kind of interesting. So, you guys have a great night. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll do a full-on show. It'll be fun. But in the meantime, God bless you guys. Tomorrow's another day. It's going to get better. It might get worse before it gets better, but we're just in a fight. And if they're attacking us this hard, it tells me that they are worried about something, because they've been keeping it around 475 to 525 in that range for a long time now. And for them to go all out like this today tells me something's up. So anyways, have a great night, guys. I will see you tomorrow.